Hi everybody, this is Mike Pfeiffer with Pfeiffer Hobby Supply again. Today I'm going to give you video 18, which I promised you just a while back. I'm going to show you the modifications that have been made to the existing yard, and I'm also going to give you a look at the yard area, the new holding track yard area that I'm making over where the turntable is. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. It's going to be a little bit different than normal. You're going to see the layout in a little bit of disarray as opposed to usual. But I hope you enjoy it. Okay, we're going to start off today here. As you can see, I'm going to come in here. This is where the McDonald's restaurant and the small depot used to be. I have taken that out. Probably a lot of people are disappointed about that, at least so I've heard so far. But what I'm trying to do is make room for some trackage coming in here, and there's going to be a loop right here at the end, and it's going to allow me to bring a train in, run it all the way around, and then back it into some yard tracks that will be in the middle of this. The turnouts are basically going to come off down here. You can see where I have this left-hand turnout in right here, and you can see where I have the other one drawn in, and then the yard's basically going to come down here. And in a few minutes here, I'll go ahead and put some track out here, and I'll come back and take a few shots of what it's going to look like. And as you can see, I'm not always a neat freak. You can also see here that I had to extend the bench work out. I've had a couple of guys ask me questions about extending L-girder bench work. You can see here what I've done and how I pieced this together. Pretty much what it amounted to is my existing fascia was attached to the end of that 1x4 there, and when I put the new piece on, if I swing around here, you can see that I've run a 1x4 all the way back and tied it into the L-girder in the back, as well as screwing it into the side of the existing 1x4. Makes it real easy to get to extend the track out if you decide to do it at a later date. You can also see that to get my homosote level, I had to put a shim between the homosote and the 1x4, and this is not uncommon. So anyway, I'm going to take you over and show you a look at the old yard area and explain to you what I've done over there. Okay everybody, right now what I'm going to do is just show you the changes I made. If you remember from the previous videos, the yard went almost all the way down to where the that white bottle is sitting before it narrowed back down, and now I've shortened the yard up because I didn't use very much of it, and anytime I parked trains on there it blocked the main line. So it has been curved, and then the cutout, or the mountain here with the cut in it, has been put in so that when you look at the layout from this angle, you don't see such a long straight back there going up without any break in it. And what I've decided to do is move the ghost town over to here. So these ghost town buildings will be somewhere on this hill, as well as a abandoned mine of some kind. And then, as you can see, I have a lot more width for scenery and so forth in here to transition from my suburban type atmosphere to the desert type atmosphere. The track right here on the left hand side is nothing more than a switcher holding area. The next track over that you see extending down here on the left hand side is a run out track, and it goes down all the way down here and stops right here at the arroyo. That track was put in to allow trains to pull cars out of this yard and out of the new yard for makeup outbound. Therefore, the track that the BNSF train is sitting on there is mainline 1, and the next track over is its siding, and the next track over is connected to the run-out track and the loop that goes around to the new yard. Then the track on the right-hand side is the second main line and its siding, which goes down to the depot. Also, in the middle of that is a new switch which will take refrigerator cars to the ice dock. And the whole object of this was to narrow up the yard to give me more scenic area between that front track, or the front yard here, and the track in the back there. And I think it's going to accomplish that. And the idea also was to draw the ice dock and the depot down to this end of the yard. You will also note here that the turnouts here on the left-hand side, I had the same setup on the right-hand side, but I have removed the turnout that would normally be closest to us, which would generally be right behind that passenger car. And I've extended that track down to the previous turnout. Then I've come down here and put a number 4 turnout in here that takes the track into the car shop that I did the last video on. And that's pretty much it for the modifications to the existing yard. Now I'm going to go back and show you what the track is going to look like on the new yard. Okay, I've had a little bit of time to put my track back in here. I had it all laid out before, so I knew how to cut the board. But you can see what's going to take place here. Let me move over here. And you can see that the tracks are going to come right back down here, and then there'll be bumpers on the ends of these tracks here. I don't know what kind of scenery I'm going to put on the inside and the outside of all of this trackage, but there'll be something. Maybe all the railroad structures, a yard office, and some other things down here. Not really sure. Could even put a turnout in to hold a couple of locomotives, or maybe even move the caboose tracks here. I'm not real sure. I'm going to get the camera up here and show you how these tracks all flow together back to where I showed you before, where I put the new turnout in. All I have to do is join that loop over there and put my reverse module in there. Because the train will enter, in theory, the train will enter on that track there, which was an existing track. It'll come around here. It'll go around by the oil depot, and then around where the McDonald's restaurant used to be, circle back around here, pull forward all the way over here beyond these switches, as far onto this track back here as it needs to go, and then it will back up into any of these yard tracks. And in theory, this is basically just to get all the trains that normally park on the mainline tracks and seem to clog up the layout away from the actual running area of the layout. It also gives the grandkids a place just to pull their trains in, and they don't have to keep taking them on and off the layout. And the design will be functional, you know, if they move beyond that. So that's the latest, and I hope you enjoyed today's video.